Hey, what's up, rock stars? It's Rox coming to you today with a review for Love and Marriage Huntsville, Season 3, Episode 5. I can't believe we are 5 already. This season is going by quickly. It don't feel like much has happened, though, yet, huh? Oh, well. Anyway, let's get to it, shall we? All right, you guys. So the show opens where it ended last week, which was with Maurice abandoning Kimmy so that she would be the only one to face Kiowa and her husband. What was his name? Dave. I told you guys last week that I wouldn't have stayed, but Kimmy is a better woman than me. When Kiowa and her husband sit down, she tells Kimmy that their flight was delayed, so that's why they're just getting there. Kimmy was, even though she said she wasn't going to speak for Maurice, she still ended up speaking for him. You know, Maurice wanted you guys to know that, you know, he's very happy that we're able to all meet together, even though Maurice isn't here, but he wanted to be here. If he wanted to be there, he'd have been there. You know, she's telling Kiowa that they can all be on the same page. You know, there's no reason why things need to be difficult. And Kiowa was in full agreement, her and her husband. And actually, you guys remember I was telling you I was giving Kiowa some space to get there. I think Kiowa's there now. I think she's finally, you know, got through whatever she was going through and has accepted the fact that Kimmy is here. Okay, so you might as well, you know, get along to get along. So it looks like that's what they're going to do. I don't see Kimmy and Kiowa hanging out, but you know what? Everybody can be all on the same page. I think that's totally doable. You know, Kimmy does bring up the fact that Tiffany had told her at a lunch that she was at that Monster was vaping in the bathroom, you know, because Kimmy was just like, I don't want her to, you know, I don't know how Kiowa could blame any of that on Kimmy, but you know what? Kimmy was just like, just to be safe, I want her to know that I found out from Tiffany, you know, meaning that she's going to see it on the show eventually. So let her know that I found out about it, you know, and I did bring it to Maurice. So we ain't, you know, just, Kimmy said, we going to cross all the T's and dots all the I's. So, and Kiowa said, yeah, she knew about it. She's going to have a talk with Monster because she don't know where this came from. And it's good that actually Kimmy mentioned it to Maurice and Maurice mentioned it to Kiowa, and everybody knows, because part of that being on the same page is so that Monster can't play them against each other, you know, because you know how kids can be, you know, play one parent against the other. So, you know, she was just like, I need him to know that, you know, if he's doing something or he's saying something, or if I have to have a question, I can call Kimmy and Kimmy can call me, and, you know, we can have a discussion. So I was like, man, this is progress. This is progress. No thanks to Maurice's ass. It looks like Kiowa and Kimmy, we might be on to something, y'all. Later on, we see Maurice and Kiowa, and I'm not sure. I think, did he say that Kimmy and Dave was also there? I think that they were, but they weren't in the scene. It was Maurice and Kiowa and Monster. They went to the Space Center. And, you know, they're just looking at everything, but they get a moment where they get a break, and it's just Kiowa and Maurice and Monster, and they're sitting there talking about this vaping incident. And, you know, Maurice is all, you know, as a black man, and I'm like, you still gonna keep calling this boy Monster though, you know. I mean, but I understand what Maurice is doing. He just seems to be so extra about it. It's just like, okay, the boy got the message, all right? Why you still calling him Monster? But that's neither here nor there, you know. But Kai was like, well, you know, what got into you? Like, what did you do? Why did you do that? You know, that's not even you. Well, these are the things that school-age kids, you know, middle school, high school-age kids, you know, they try things like that. So it's up to the parents to try to guide their kids from doing them kind of things. So, I mean, they're doing the right thing, talking to him. It still is kind of uncomfortable for me for them to be, like, chastising him. Well, not so much about the vaping, okay? But when we move on to, you know, Monster, I guess, has been pining away and wanting to get back to Michigan. Is that where they were? Was it Michigan? Minnesota? Michigan? He's been wanting to get back home. And, you know, Maurice was like, he was all big on coming down here to Alabama. And, you know, he couldn't wait to do this and do that and all that. Now, all of a sudden, he's trying to get back up there to Michigan. Why is that, Monster? You know, he just kind of sitting there. You know, who's out there that you trying to get close to? Is it a friend? Okay, a guy friend, or is it a girlfriend? I said, oh, they about to do this to him. Now, Kimmy had already mentioned that Monster did have a girl, well, had some girl that he was liking back home, but she wasn't gonna say nothing about that. But somehow Maurice knew anyway. So he was asking the little boy, you know, kind of teasing him. And he was just like, yeah, it is a girl. It's a girl up there. I was like, honey, there's plenty of them in Alabama too. Don't worry about it. But anyway, Maurice was just like, so you be thinking about sex? I was like, this is real weird. Like, I don't want you to talk to this boy about sex on TV. You know, you be thinking about it a lot. I mean, what is he supposed to say? You know, he was just like, sometimes. I mean, sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. You know, and I mean, of course, parents gonna say, you know, it's not time for you to do this, or, you know, you got to be careful and blah, 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 and all this. But I was just so uncomfortable for the little boy, because I was like, who wants to be, I mean, he's going to the 9th grade. Who wants to be on TV for your friends to hear your parents talking to you about sex? Like, oh my God, it was so cringy. All right. And, you know, Maurice, like I said, he just be so over the top with it, and always, you know, you be thinking about sex. I was just like, but anyway, the boy was just like, don't worry about it, because I'm not going to have sex until, you know, I'm around 24. I was like, yeah, keep on living, young man. Keep on living. Okay. And Maurice was like, my man. Okay. That'll be after college. I was like, man, please, that first year in college, especially with him being on this show and people knowing who he is, he's going to get all the attention. You be lucky if you make it through next season. All right, you guys. So next up, let's talk about Tisha. So Tisha says that she's going to get her a new car, her new hot girl summer car. Okay. Because Tisha's on this whole new thing. Remember, she's been on this new thing for all 3 seasons now. But so she's going down to the car dealership, and she has Destiny meet her down there, which is like the strangest thing. Who has a friend meet them down somewhere to look at a car? I was just like, oh, okay. You know, I guess we got to figure out how Destiny can be everybody else's friend too. So Destiny comes down there because Destiny's about to have a hot girl summer too. All right. So while they talking about this hot girl summer, Destiny drops the bomb on Tisha and tells her that she's not married anymore, that she's divorced. And Tisha was like, oh my God, I didn't know that. I am so sorry. Okay. Destiny not sorry. So y'all need to, it's okay. Tisha said that she feel like it's like we in a divorce pandemic. Like everybody around her is getting divorced. I said, you gonna get divorced too. You keep on letting the show get to you like this, Leticia. And side note, you guys, some of you guys told me that I'm being too hard on Leticia. Okay. And so what I am going to do, and I have to try to remember Leticia's background and where she comes from and all of that. And I will take all that into consideration. I will say that Leticia is insecure, and it's the insecurity bothers me because it's so blatant, but then she tries to cover it up by being a certain kind of way, and it doesn't feel authentic. So I am going to try to be more patient with Leticia. That's the best that I can do. I'm going to try to be more patient. Leticia starts to tell her about, you know, them being out in Houston and how these women out here don't care if you got your man right next to you. You know, they still going to be trying to flirt. There was some girl at one of the events, you know, that was trying to flirt, be all flirty with Marceau. And Destiny was like, yeah, well, she tells us in the confessional that it's all kind of rumors around that Marceau is cheating. I don't know, you guys. I've never felt like really Marceau was cheating. It seems like if he truly was cheating, that somebody would have surfaced by now. Okay, if somebody had some true dirt on him and they know that Marceau is not always the most likable person, somebody would have surfaced by now. So that's why I'm just like, all this talk about cheating is actually creating more problem in your marriage, when I don't really think that they have that problem there. Not that problem. They got other problems, but I don't know if they got that problem. Anyways, while they're standing there talking, waiting to look at the car, Mel FaceTimes them. Hey, kid! You know, everybody with these high-ass voices, you know. Mel is FaceTiming her and Destiny to invite them to a Taco Tuesday night. You know, the girls' night. It's been a while since everybody has hung out together. Y'all was just together at Destiny's birthday, but I guess that's neither here nor there. Tiffany gonna be there because, you know, Destiny still ain't really sure if she's feeling Tiffany. And yeah, actually Tiffany will be there. So that looks like that's perturbed Destiny a little bit. Did you guys hear what she said? Have some big girl drinks there, Melody. Okay, no Moscato. Okay, there are other wines. I was like, y'all know y'all black folks love y'all some Moscato. Y'all act like it ain't nothing else out there. That damn Stella Rosa. Look, I bought 2 things of Stella Rosa the other day. I've never bought it. But I wanted something kind of sweet and so. Child, I bought that damn Stella Rosa, damn near drank 2 bottles, ain't felt nothing. I was like, what the fuck y'all doing with this? I mean, this like a wine cooler. I mean, it was tasty. It was sweet. Okay? Actually, it was too sweet. I felt like I need to put some ice cubes in that shit or something. But I was just like, this stuff ain't making me do nothing. Why y'all? Child, I'm gonna need y'all to get a couple of other. I mean, that shit is worse than my barefoot. At least my barefoot wine do the job. Okay? I don't know what the hell that Stella Rosa is anyway, but I'm off track. Let me get back on track. So anyway, when she got off the phone with Mel, Destiny tells Leticia how she had a problem with Mel because she brought Tiffany to the birthday, you know, the birthday fun. And she felt like Mel knew that Tiffany was going to be saying all this, you know, dropping all this dirt about her ex-husband and the other woman and all of that. And Leticia was just like, what? Yeah, you know, Leticia don't like that. She said she feels like Mel probably didn't know anything, didn't know that Tiffany was going to say. Now, them faces that Mel was making, she absolutely knew that Tiffany was about to come down there and say some shit. I don't care how many posts that she can put on Instagram saying that she didn't. Destiny was like, well, I don't know if Mel knew or not. That's why I feel like I'm going to need to talk to her. You know, we're going to have a one-on-one, a tete-a-tete. But we can't let, you know, what did we come here for? Let's test this hot girl summer car. So, you know, they get in the convertible and they drive off to test it. Later on, we see Leticia and Marceau. They meeting up. They're about to go do something. Marceau obviously doesn't know what they're about to do. I guess he didn't see all last season and notice the building that they were at. Maybe it's totally different. Did they ever show Dr. Francis's office from the outside when Mel and Marceau used to go? I mean, Martell used to go. And again, side note, Martell wasn't in this episode either. Okay, it's just really. I kind of feel like they almost focusing now on Leticia and Marceau's marital problems. And I was like, that's why I keep saying that, girl, you gonna let this show fuck up your marriage. Okay? Because I'm just gonna keep it all the way honest with you. People get married and they have all kind of little problems within their marriage, but I don't never feel like it's like break-upable kind of offenses. You know, there are things about my spouse that gets on my nerves. There are things about me that I'm sure gets on my spouse's nerves. People from the outside ain't gonna understand it, you know, and they'll just be like, the minute they hear something, they'll be like, oh, you need to leave him. But no, you don't need to leave them because there's certain things that just get on your nerves. You work on it, and certain other things you just have to accept that this is how the person is. Okay? Now, Leticia, yes, Marceau can stand to make some changes for sure. All right, but that man been that way from the beginning, and you know, these are some of the aggravations that married people sometimes put up with. Now, she can just start to do what she wants to do, you know, when it comes to like, you know, pursuing her career and all of that, because it looks like she is going to still do it, but she's just going to always be fussing with Marceau about it. He obviously doesn't like it. You know, and I just was like, but I still don't feel like they're at the point where their marriage is about to break up. But all this focus on the problems it looks like it's going to bring more. But anyway, they go to Dr. Francis's office. Why every time you see Dr. Francis, he look frantic? Dr. Frantic. His eyes, he's smiling and everything. He's like, oh, Marcel, so did you know why you here? You know, Marceau was like, is this a counseling session? Like, no, I did not know that this is what we were doing. Well, he says, Leticia, why don't you tell your husband why you're here? So Leticia tells him the same story that she's been telling him since the first season, is that, you know, she's tired. She's been doing a whole lot. She just finished getting her second master's in real estate, and you know, she wants to embark on her career and all that, but she also has to take care of the kids, and you know, she's also got to run them around, and you know, she also has to take care of the household, and they also have these other businesses that they're trying to break. It's all this stuff that she's doing, and he's not getting any any, I mean, he's not giving her any help. And it's always the same argument from Marceau. Marceau is not home because he has to provide for the house. Okay, he has to go out and get the work so she can have the money to spend, because let him tell it, Leticia spend all the damn money. Okay, well, fuck, if you're a stay-at-home wife, you know, damn it, you don't want me to work. I'm spending the money. But she was just like, I'm not spending that much money. You spend more money than I do, Marceau. And he was like, no, there's absolutely no way. And she was just like, yeah, but listen, I'm paying for, when I spend money, I'm spending money on me and our 3 kids. Okay, I have to buy the food for the house. I have to clothe them. I have to make sure that they're all taken care of, whatever they're doing. That's why it looks like I spend so much money, because I'm spending for 4. Okay, you only spending for 1. And that's why I don't, you know, and Marceau is still not listening to none of this. He just feels like, you know, I'm going out, I'm working, I'm doing the job, you know, so I'm just trying to make you happy. You should be happy. You in this house that's paid for, you know, and you got a husband. And I was just like, he's one of those men that thinks as long as they provide for the family, that's enough. Okay. And presents be damned, intimacy be damned, you know, all of that. You know, I mean, generally he's supportive of Leticia as long as it doesn't interrupt what he's trying to do. And so that's what he's trying to explain to Dr. Francis, who's over there, you know, kind of smiling and looking at him like, and they must have had a big long ass session, because did you guys see that white chalkboard? I mean, the whiteboard behind them? I mean, it was full of all kind of words. I don't know if they just wrote that up there for the TV or what. So Leticia's like, all we need to do is budget. That's nothing that we can't take care of. So Dr. Francis is trying to tell Marceau that his wife wants to work together with him as a team. He just keeps on saying, can you listen to her? And I was just like, you know what's interesting about Dr. Francis? Now, this is just me peeping out things, you know, it might not mean nothing, but like to me, when you first go to a counselor for the first time, like, they need to actually sit and listen to both sides so that they can get a clear understanding on what the baseline of this relationship is. And then we can start coming in with the problem solving. Now, I realize this is a reality show and all of that, but Dr. Francis immediately just jumps on Marceau, even though he does deserve it. But what I'm saying is, he's just telling Marceau that he needs to listen to his wife. You know, and it's all just the emphasis of Leticia is right. And that kind of stuff does turn, usually if it's for the man, I mean, if it's against the husband, the spouse, then that will turn them away. You need a counselor who is more impartial. That's why the other counselor that Mel and Martell went to is probably better, because she didn't try to blame either one. The best way to get rid of somebody in your or to offend somebody in your counseling session is when you don't have the you don't have the openness to see both sides. It just seems like all of a sudden it's just like, no, your wife. And I was just like, okay, I'm gonna have to keep my good eye on Dr. Francis, because I don't really know how I feel about him either. So while they sitting there talking, you know, so what do you want? What do you want, Leticia? Leticia wants to have date night, you know, and Marceau was like, okay, fine. When do you want it? Okay, Thursday night. Okay, fine. What time? 8 o'clock. Okay, fine. Hey, Siri, remind me that we have date night on Thursday night at 8 p.m. Dr. Francis was like, see, Marceau, when I want to do something, I don't ask Siri to remind me. I said, of course you don't ask him, because you have a flip phone, Dr. Francis. You don't have an iPhone, okay, old ass motherfucker. So he was like, you know, I don't do that. What difference do it make? The man is trying to remind himself that he got a date, okay? You just said that that's what you want to do. Then do you want the nigga to forget or not? Okay, put it in the damn phone. They're glad that they came. Leticia's glad that Marceau came and talked to Dr. Francis. He didn't have a choice, you know, because she said that Marceau always shuts her down. So, you know, when they went back outside, when they leave, you know, Marceau does agree that he may come back, you know, but when they go outside, you know, he's a little perturbed a little bit, and they get into a real quick argument, and I don't even know why we're arguing. You know, all of a sudden she was just like, you know, maybe we just don't need to do this. And I was like, girl, I'm telling you, don't bring extra problems into your marriage. Okay, I know we trying to do it for the TV show and all of that, but these things have consequences. I'm not sure those are the ones that you want. Now, jumping over to Tiffany. Tiffany is at home with her husband. He looks like a big old, oompa loomp, just a big old, I don't want to say dork or nothing, but he just, something about him. I was like, oh, I don't know. I got to see him standing up with an outfit on. Every time I see him, he just looked like he need a haircut or something. I don't know. But anyway, she's telling him that she's going to Taco Tuesday. That Mel had invited him, all the girls, and she's excited about going. He was just like, oh, okay, how's everything going? You getting along with all the girls? It's a shame that the husband has to ask that. They already know when your damn wife is messy. We need to make sure that she's okay. So he was like, are you getting along with everybody? And she was just like, well, I did talk to them. When I got there, I saw Destiny, and I went up to Destiny, and remember when that time when we went over to their house and I saw Destiny, and I walked up to her and I said, oh, the dress you had on yesterday was so cute. And Destiny was like, that wasn't me. And he was like, yes, yeah, I remember that. She's like, well, I kind of, I had told the story about that to Destiny and her friends at the table. And he was just like, well, was that the time to have that conversation? And she was just like, well, well, I am blunt. All right. I was like, no, you're rude and you're fucking messy, and you did that on purpose. And anybody can say that they blunt, but you also knew that that was something that you just did not need to say at this damn party. So she says that she was trying to make conversation. That was it. And somehow, some witchy kind of way, the husband wrapped it around to the fact that she's not perfect and it's okay. That you wasn't really intentionally trying to be messy. You just probably said the wrong thing. And people, make mistakes like that. I said, okay, we're going to give her that one fucking mistake. Okay? Even though we know that wasn't no damn mistake, but we'll give you that. We'll see what else Tiffany gonna be messy about while she on this damn show. Okay? And then we'll circle it back around to this conversation and see if she really is messy or did she not have bad intentions. Boy, don't be up here making excuses for your wife. You know your damn wife is messy. Just admit it. Let's talk about this taco night. So, Mel is just like, it's been a while since all the girls got together. And so she's having this Taco Tuesday night. All right. She said that she's invited Leticia early because, we still working on our friendship. And so she has Leticia come early so she can help her set up. That's what she said anyway. I mean, it wasn't much setting up going on. It didn't look like it anyway. But anyway, Leticia gets there early. Hey, girl. So they go into the kitchen and, girl, what's been going on? Well, Leticia tells her how she just been not herself. She just been stressed out. She been real snappy with the kids, snappy with Marceau, just in a bad mood and in a funk, and she realizes because she's just really, really stressed. She's busy doing way too much. So she ended up going to see Dr. Francis, and she tricked Marceau into going. Mel was like, he didn't know he was going. No, girl, he didn't know he was going. All right, but we did sit our ass up in there and talk to him, and she liked the fact that Dr. Francis was, kind of giving it to Marceau. And Mel was just like, well, I hope that Leticia and Marceau have better results than me and Martell did because you saw what happened there. Honey, Martell was already a lost cause. Leticia's telling her that Destiny had a problem when they went out looking at cars the other day, problem with Tiffany, and that she felt like Tiffany came in there to be messy and that Mel probably knew what Tiffany was going to say. And of course, Mel is like, she feels some kind of way that Destiny would tell that to Leticia, that she felt like her and Leticia was, closer than that. I mean, her and Destiny was closer than that. And she didn't like the fact that she didn't trust that she didn't have anything to do with what Tiffany said. And so it's bothering her that Destiny said it. It's bothering her that Leticia's coming here to say, Leticia was like, I'm staying out of it. I'm not going to get in the middle of you and Destiny's shit. So Mel was just like, I'm going to talk to Destiny when she get here. I was like, oh yeah, you definitely, Destiny is definitely going to talk to you about it. I don't know if today is the day that you should be talking about it, but don't worry about that. Now, speaking of Tiffany, she gets there. Ding dong. Okay. Hey, so anyway, she comes on in there, and when Leticia sees Tiffany, she was just like, oh my God, I know you. Okay. She also knows her from the Chamber of Commerce. So she was just like, oh yeah, girl, come on in here. I've been hearing a lot about Tiffany and how she coming in and starting stuff. I was just like, didn't you just say that you was going to stay out of it? Why are you talking to Tiffany about what Destiny told you? You just talked to Mel about, and Mel said that she was going to talk to Destiny, and you said you was staying out of it. Okay, told her that she be stirring the pot. And Tiffany said, no, she wasn't trying to stir any pot. So then we see Kimmy. Kimmy gets there. And, you know, Kimmy also ain't really feeling Tiffany. Kimmy was just like, honey, I am here for the drinks and the food. Okay, nothing more, nothing less. So Mel gives everybody a sombrero. That's what you got to wear. And, you know, they all go outside in the backyard. And I guess she has it set up for them all to sit there and eat. So they're back there eating, and Destiny's not there yet. So, you know, when she gets there, she's ringing the doorbell. Well, Mel can't hear because she's back in the backyard. Okay, so she's ringing the doorbell like, what the fuck is she? It's hot out here. So I was like, is it a different front yard than the backyard? Like, why the girls in the back don't look like they hot? So anyway, she calls Mel, and she was just like, hello, Mel. Like, I'm at the door. Can you come get it, Mel? Oh, girl, we here. We in the backyard. So Mel goes and opens the door. So now already Destiny got a little bit of an attitude because she was sitting out there waiting. So Destiny gets there. I'm assuming she makes her plate, and she brings it on outside where everybody else is. As soon as she sit down, okay, here Leticia want to get started about what Destiny told her about Mel, and Destiny was like, can I eat my food and get some drinks in me? Let me catch up to you guys, okay, before we start having all these conversations. So then Mel says for Leticia, because they determined to have this conversation. So I heard that Destiny couldn't wait to talk to me about something. What you want to talk to me about, Destiny? And Destiny was just like, well, it is a private conversation. You know, we'll talk about it at another time. We won't talk about it right now, okay? Destiny was like, I told Leticia that in confidence, and now she need to shut her big mouth while she's sitting here at this table trying to get stuff started. So she was just like, it was some cold tea. Don't worry about it. It was some cold tea, and, you know, it was brought to me. And Tiffany said, well, what tea was it? And she said, oh, you gave me some cold tea. You don't remember? And Tiffany was just like, well, she's being passive aggressive at this table, as opposed to just being aggressive. So then Mel says, well, Destiny, do you think that she was being intentionally messy with the tea? And Destiny was like, I don't know what she might have been doing. And Mel was like, well, I can't see why you can't just ask me what she was doing. And she was like, hold on, sis. Bring it down some notches. Okay, you all excited and everything. I just told you we was not talking about this now, but I'm going to need you to bring it down. I was like, okay, I do like Destiny. Especially because I feel like they're about to try to jump on her between Mel and Tiffany. You know, jump on her, and not in the physical sense, but just that I feel like they're about to try to gang up on her. And Destiny, girl, hold your stance. I'm with you. Destiny said I will talk to you about it later. All right. Now I think that Mel is gonna keep on poking and prodding at her at this little girls' night Taco Tuesday until Destiny probably does say something. But yeah, that Mel. Yeah, Mel. You know, you knew that girl was about to get up there and say that mess. That's why you was doing all that. So my nerves when she does that. Anyway, you guys, they need to hurry up and have this conversation, Mel and Destiny. Is it going to be on the next episode? All right, you guys, that is it. Let me get off of here. I'm actually about to go and have brunch with Scotty. Okay, Mrs. Still Standing, Scotty by nature. He's out here in Atlanta, so that's why I'm made up and everything, because as soon as I finish this, I am leaving. So anyway, you guys make sure that you rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I'm itsrox. The channel is itsrox, and everything else I do will be in the bottom bar. All right. So I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day, and I plan on doing the same. Till next time, rock stars. Bye.